Is that what you would call it too? Adults only?
Adults only podcast, yes. No kids
That could be,
allowed.
like, taken
No
in
Erics and
different
Madisons.
contexts. Hey,
Just adults.
He has the
They don't
most
even know the
kids, you know that,
context
right?
behind it
now.
He's raising the most.
Hey, you know how they say these days? It's kids raising kids, man. Kids raising kids.
Come
my
on,
My
Eric.
kids think I'm an asshole, so
They really do.
No, I just like arguing with you, so.
that's fine.
All right, well, welcome back. We are the Bonsai
Starting
Movie
with
Crew.
Adults only. We gotta leave.
Seriously?
If they keep it up, it will
That's
be
my
adults
all day
only.
thing right there. Arguing
Yeah.
with kids.
Don't forget about our social media stuff, our YouTubes and our Twitters or X, whatever. It's all down here now. I'm putting it all down under us. Down there. It's all magic. I wish I had like magic. Can you see it, Karen?
I can't. I'm gonna pretend that I
I
can.
can. You guys had that stuff in the drinks earlier, right?
Yeah.
I
It's
can
all
see it.
down there.
Vanna White it.
I wouldn't
Vanna
cover
White.
up the collectibles. Nope.
Huh?
It's beautiful.
I said I
Karen, you
wouldn't
can't
cover up
see
the
it?
collectibles.
Well, it's only up for like
yeah,
a few seconds.
I can.
It kicked in, Dad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
kicked it.
Oh.
There it is.
Oh, there it
Eric, can you see it?
I'm blind.
is.
Oh.
You
Well,
can barely
take your
see the
glasses
time
off and
on
my
our
work pen.
65-inch TV.
Yeah, he has to wear like his glasses to make sure he can see the
Right? No
time.
shit. Like I might have to get another prescription just to put over these glasses.
Anyway, welcome back. We are the Bonsai Movie Crew.
Thank you
again.
for welcoming
Call
us,
me
Dad.
Bubbles.
Welcoming us.
Welcoming everybody. Everybody.
Not just us.
So this week's, let's go ahead and get into the character profile or creator profile
Character-
thing.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let's get into
Where's
that.
the paper,
Who wants
Dad?
to read it?
Dad, where's the
I
paper?
don't care.
Who wants to read it?
I'll
There
read
is no
it.
fucking paper, okay?
There's no
There's
paper. We're passing around an
You didn't
iPad
tell
now.
him
We're
that.
high tech.
We're growing
You
as
didn't-
a
You
podcast.
didn't tell them that. I was trying to lead
We
you
got
into
8
it.
new subs this week, which is pretty good.
Yeah, it was actually.
It's like after it hit 100, it was like, here's 6 more. So
Yeah.
Sweet.
Critters did it.
Critters did it,
Oh, yeah.
even though I got the least views.
Oh,
Hey,
It's not your fault.
people
It's
just
Madison's
don't have
fault.
good
what did
taste.
I do? It's always my fault. It's probably.
Anyway, our creator profile for this week is... Can anybody guess?
Wes Craven.
No.
I forgot his name. already.
John Carpenter.
Yes.
It's John Carpenter, not
John
Tom.
Carpenter.
Long ass creator profile.
Oh, no, it's not that bad, actually.
Huh.
No, it's not
It's
that
not
bad.
that bad. It's only 40 pages.
Yeah. See?
Only 40? That's not bad.
No,
Half a book.
it's like, yeah.
Half a book.
I'd say it's like a page and a half.
That's
Something like
better
that,
than
maybe?
some.
2 pages.
I can read it.
You can read it?
I'll read it.
Okay. Oh.
Since Dad doesn't trust me with his electronics.
No, I don't.
Who is John Carpenter? Anyone?
Oh.
No.
He's a writer,
he's
director,
a director.
creator, producer.
I learned that.
I don't think
an
he's ever
hour
acted.
ago.
Well, he might have. He probably did.
He might have
cameo
been
of some
something.
kind.
He was in that. I think he did some acting on Body Bags, didn't he?
Huh?
Body Bags, the anthology that he did. Pretty sure he
I
did.
don't know.
Filmmaker John Carpenter developed an interest in film and music early on. At the University of Southern California, he had his first success with a short student film. While he enjoyed his biggest hit with 1978's Halloween, Carpenter continues to thrill and disturb audiences with such films as 2011's The Ward. I've never heard of that.
I've heard of it. I've just never watched
The
it.
Ward, I believe that had Amber Heard in it.
Really?
I think so, yeah.
That's probably why I never heard of it.
Where it had like a twist ending in it and stuff. I don't know.
Early life and career. Carpenter, born on January 16th, 1948 in Carthage, New York, developed an interest in film and music as a young boy. After high school, he enrolled at the University of Southern California, where one school project, The Resurrection of Bronco Billy,
You're right.
oh, was it?
Amber Ward.
Won him an Academy Award in 1970. Carpenter co-wrote the screenplay and composed the music for the film. Working with Dan O'Bannon, Carpenter started his first full-length movie while at USC. Dark Star, a sci-fi comedy, started as a short film about astronauts on a mission to blow up unstable planets, but the pair later expanded it to a feature length. Carpenter handled many responsibilities on the film, serving as director, producer, writer, and composer. Made on a shoestring budget, Dark Star was released in 1974 and eventually became a cult classic. Paying tribute to the westerns of Howard Hawks, especially his masterpiece Rio Bravo, Carpenter next worked on Assault on Precinct 13. The low-budget film is an urban retelling of a traditional western standoff with a Los Angeles police station coming under siege by gang members. Carpenter earned kudos for this gritty thriller, with the London Times calling him a first-rate storyteller.
They remade that movie.
Yeah.
Had Lawrence Fishburne.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Ethan Hawke.
I've only seen Carpenter's.
I've never seen Carpenter's. I've seen the remake.
Did you?
Yeah.
I've seen Carpenter's. I haven't seen the remake.
The remake's pretty good.
I've heard good things. Commercial success, Halloween, and The Thing. With his next effort, Halloween, Carpenter made his name nearly synonymous with the horror genre. Again, wearing many hats, he served as the director, co-writer, and composer on what became one of the highest-earning independent films of all time, costing only $300,000 to make. Halloween terrified movie audiences with the story of Michael Myers, a killer who escapes from a mental institution to return to his hometown to wreak havoc. Donald Pleasance played
He escaped
Myers.
from a mental institute?
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
Really?
No.
Donald Pleasance played Myers' doctor from the institution, and Jamie Lee Curtis appeared as a teenage babysitter, trying to avoid Myers' murderous wrath. Carpenter drew comparisons to famed director Alfred Hitchcock for his ability to take the audience on a visual thrill ride.
Is that why he wears that jumpsuit?
No, he stole
He
that.
usually
Oh.
always steals it from like a garage or something like that.
Yeah, like a mechanic or whatever.
Oh, well, that's boring.
Critics also complimented him for his advanced technical skills. The suspenseful and violent film paved the way for a wave of other slasher movies such as Friday the 13th. Halloween itself became a film franchise, but without Carpenter on board. He only penned the screenplay for Halloween 2, 1981. With his initial success, Carpenter found himself working on studio films and with larger budgets. Again, turning to horror and suspense, Carpenter wrote and directed The Fog in 1980. The residents of a small coastal town had to battle against the zombie-like beings, the former inhabitants of an old leper colony. His then-wife, actress Adrienne Barbeau, co-starred with Curtis in the film. Turning to a gritty, futuristic action drama, Carpenter worked on Escape from New York, starring Kurt Russell. Both films opened to disappointing reviews and mixed box office results. Carpenter teamed up with Russell again in 1996 when he directed Escape from L.A. Teaming with Russell once more, Carpenter directed the cult classic horror film The Thing in 1982. Taking on...
One of the greatest horror movies ever made.
That was almost my pick.
Oh, was it?
It was my... I was stuck between two.
Hmm.
There was... Well, actually, that was the top three.
Yeah, I absolutely love The Thing. It's one of my favorite horror movies.
Yeah, you want to ask, like, my favorite Carpenter? That's it.
That's all for sure, 100%.
Taking on one of the literary masters of horror and suspense, Carpenter directed the big screen adaptation of Stephen King's Christine. He took a break from his usual fare for the science fiction romance Starman, starring Jeff Bridges.
I've seen that.
I've never seen it.
It's all right.
Bridges played an alien who takes over a dead man's body and becomes involved with the man's widow. The film proved to be a critical and commercial success, with Bridges earning an Academy Award nomination for his work. I mean, reading the synopsis doesn't sound like
It's not. I mean, it's definitely a kind of romance movie, but it's a bit of a thriller, I suppose, too. But it's also like, I don't know, like Jeff Bridges plays a very.
They just didn't make it sound very appealing.
No, I don't even know how he would have won any awards for the acting.
Just doesn't sound
It's not
very
that-
appealing,
it's
is
not
all I'm
that
saying.
great.
Maybe it's one of those things you have to see. I
Yeah,
guess. I don't
maybe.
know. Later career, returning to independent film, Carpenter has continued to work with varying degrees of success, but none matching the heights he reached with Halloween. Horror thriller Prince of Darkness and sci-fi action flick They Live failed to attract much of an audience. Carpenter tried comedy, directing 1992's Memoirs of an Invisible Man with Chevy Chase, which also
That movie
proved to
wasn't
be-
that bad though.
No, I
Oh,
mean
Chevy
Chevy
Chase?
Chase Chevy Chase is really what brings it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's so good at physical
And
comedy.
that was also less of a comedy though.
Right, I'm just saying like the physicality he brings to roles.
Yeah.
is
It
what
was nice to see
sells it.
Chevy Chase in a role that wasn't so much comedy as it
Mhm.
was more serious.
Yeah, yeah.
So it wasn't that bad of a movie, and it also had
Memoirs of an Invisible Man.
it also had
that
what's
was
her
in
face in it.
'92.
Yeah, it had what's her face in it too. I can't remember her name.
It's not on here, but
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyway, which also proved to be a disappointment. After the 2001 sci-fi thriller Ghosts of Mars, Carpenter took a break from directing He worked on a new
Okay, hold on. What's going on? Let's not do that.
Don't fuck with us. Fuck with
Are
our
we good?
emotions.
I think we're good. Hold on.
Still-
I think we
it's
just
still
need to...
going.
We just went to black. Sorry.
Hold on.
Oh, is your
I'm pretty sure.
Display
it's the-
settings.
Oh.
It's got a timer on it.
Yeah, it's
Probably.
a timer. Let me change that. I don't know why there's a fucking timer on it.
We'll be back with you shortly. We're experiencing some technical
I mean,
difficulties.
you can still see us when we're talking to you, so.
Yeah.
I can keep reading.
Yeah, you can keep going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, which also proved to be a disappointment. After the 2001 sci-fi thriller Ghosts of Mars, Carpenter took a break from directing. He worked on a few television episodes, but he did not return to the big screen until 2010 with The Ward. And the thriller starring Amber Heard and Mamie Gummer, young female patients at a mental institution suffer at the hands of an evil ghostly figure. Personal life. Carpenter has a son, Cody, from his first marriage to actress Adrienne Barbeau. The couple was married from 1979 to 1984. Carpenter has been married to producer Sandy King since 1990. And that is it for John Carpenter.
Is Halloween that good a movie?
Yeah.
Is it?
The first one is pretty decent.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
John Carpenter's is pretty decent.
Just don't watch the Rob Zombie flicks.
Don't watch the
I
Rob
wasn't
Zombie
planning
ones.
on it.
The first one that they did in that trilogy that they just did wasn't bad. The second one started out okay. The third one's dog shit.
That's funny because that's one of the movies I watched this over the week was the Halloween where Jamie Lee Curtis is old.
Oh yeah, that one wasn't bad.
That one wasn't bad at all.
No, they
Actually,
started
I
out
enjoyed
strong.
that one.
They started out strong. They really did.
How do you fucking change the sleep settings?
It's
your
a control
settings.
panel.
I was just there. Hold on.
Hey, Karen.
Yeah,
What color is your tongue?
pink.
No, like.
God damn it.
Is it not? Is it a weird color now?
You sick bastard.
Eric, what
What?
color is your tongue?
No. Not falling for it.
What do you mean?
No.
What do you mean?
All right, favorite John Carpenter movies.
I already told you. The Thing.
Hold on a second.
100%.
Oh man.
Always.
I've never seen any of his movies either.
Really?
Yeah.
So many I've got to.
You've never
the
seen
fog.
that?
The Fog is
I made
really
you
good.
watch The Thing.
The Fog is really good. The
I don't
Thing is
think
really
you
good.
did. I don't know what
Halloween.
that
No?
is. What's it about? What's the thing about?
An alien that can
yeah.
morph into anything and anyone.
I don't think I watched
and
that.
so you can't tell like if it's taken over someone. So, and it happens like in Antarctica. So like they can't like escape easily. So
You're probably gonna hate me for this because I mean I really enjoy all these movies that he's actually came out with.
no.
But Big Trouble Little China.
Yes, I forgot that was a Carpenter flick, but you know what? That's amazing. But I really love The Thing.
Yeah.
I really, really love The Thing.
They Live is pretty good too.
Yeah, They Live is really good.
Escape
Yeah.
from New York.
He's done a lot of good stuff, but yeah, The Thing to
Yeah,
me
I mean,
is one of the best horror movies ever made. So
actually, The Ward doesn't look like a bad movie.
I'll try. I should probably check it out.
I mean,
I've heard good things about it, but I don't
Like
know.
that.
I've never watched it all.
let's see.
So
Yeah, I'd give it a
It's
shot.
good slasher movie.
I should give it a shot.
alrighty.
I'm
You
putting
good?
My headphones in my pocket.
Okay. So the movie stuff is just about as long as that was. So favorite John Carpenter movie?
I said Big Trouble Little China.
Big Trouble. That is a good one though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just Things though. The Thing just got.
The Thing's
Oh,
always
I
gonna be
mean,
mine.
It's a really great movie. The Thing is really great, but
He's got a
But
few
just
good.
anything
Big
with
Trouble
John
Little-
Carpenter and Kurt Russell, and I'm a happy
pretty
girl.
much, yeah.
Yeah, because yeah.
Anything with those
He-
two
he-
combinations,
Escape from New
and-
York.
It was on
Even
top
Escape
of
from
it.
L.A. was decent. It was
Yeah.
fun.
New York.
it's fun.
Yeah. And then you got, The Thing.
I like The
Big
Fog
Trouble.
too. It's been a really long time
Yeah.
since I've seen it.
It's
I remember
okay.
liking it,
Christine's a shit.
but I don't really. It's not my favorite.
I love
He made
Christine.
a lot of
And
great
Christine was
movies.
good. Christine was really good. It was a very good adaptation. But yeah,
All right.
he's a really good
Anyway, let's move on here to what you guys been watching.
What the hell have you been watching?
Let's start with me.
Go nuts.
Go nuts. I'm just gonna whip
Go
right
nuts.
through it. So we watched Casper with the kids.
Oh, I love that movie.
So
Forgot we watched that.
yeah, watched it with the kids. I think it was Crystal was like, "Hey, let's watch Casper." I was like, "All right."
Who you gonna
Well,
call?
it
Someone
showed
else.
up
Someone
on
else.
it showed up on Netflix, and you were like, "Hey, Casper's on Netflix," and she was like, "Really? We should watch it." I remember that. Girl, I thought that was about to take you out again.
Fucking light, man.
Hey, it looks good.
It's like a spotlight on you.
Yeah.
It does look like a falling spotlight, like one of them lights over, like stage lights
Stage
or
light.
whatever. It's pretty funny. I'm just gonna leave
Exit
it there.
stage
Fuck it.
left.
It's there, man. I'm not moving that shit. I'm tired of fucking with it.
I could get you some duct tape for the cord. I mean,
I don't know. I'm about to figure something out with it. Some zip ties or something. I don't know.
I mean, we
Yeah,
are in the
zip tie would
basement. I'm
probably
sure we
be
can
best.
utilize
Do it on
something.
both sides of the cord up on the pipe.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah. Bam. Done.
Anyway, we also finally finished the second season of Yellow Jackets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Pretty happy with that. I'm just wondering when they're gonna get rescued. So it's one of those things.
Never.
No, they do.
They leave it on the cliffhanger.
Yeah, well, they do every fucking season. That's what they do.
That's how they hook you in.
That's how they hook you on every episode.
Most shows do that anymore.
Yeah. Instead of having any kind of conclusion at the end of the episode, they gotta leave you
Keep going.
wanting more for the next one.
Yeah.
I've been watching.
Get let down when you start
If they
watching it.
or if they
Yeah.
do cancel it, you're screwed.
Yeah, I hate that shit. Been watching some more of It's Always Sunny.
Like with I'm Not Okay With This, they left us off on a cliffhanger on season
Yeah,
one,
and then they canceled it.
canceled.
And I don't even know
was
why
like,
they canceled it because the show did really well.
It did.
What was it? I'm not okay with this.
I'm not okay
Yeah.
with this or
Where was
whatever.
that- What was that
It was on Netflix.
That's why.
Yeah,
Netflix sucks.
Netflix likes to cancel a lot of shit.
They cancel good shows.
yeah, they do. They really do.
Mhm.
Just been watching some more It's Always Sunny. Been watching more Supernatural, trying to get through that shit. And then we watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first movie.
That's good.
Oh yeah, that's
From-
a classic.
Yeah.
Without me?
You were at fucking work without me? Everything I watch without me? Without me?
Well, you know that's like one of my favorite movies.
I don't know what to tell you, dude. It was they put it on. I watched it. I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's
Wait,
watch
didn't
that
I
shit."
just watch the? No, I watched the second one.
See, yeah, you just watched the second one.
Yeah, but you were there.
Whatever. It's in the box. We're gonna watch it again eventually, anyway. But that's all I watched this week.
You pick, dude.
Anybody? I
This
don't
is
care.
a-
Madison, go ahead.
You're the host, man.
I don't give a. Hold on. Where's it at?
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck, Keisha.
you
I
almost
don't know
did
who
it by
Keisha is.
yourself.
Yeah.
I watched Child's Play 2 actually today.
Without me?
Yeah, without you.
There's so much drama between the two of you.
And I watched more of The Walking Dead. I didn't watch any of Daryl Dixon this week. Can you believe that?
Mm-mm.
I
I'm
don't
floored.
care. Yeah, you're so surprised right now, aren't you?
Amazing.
I would be a lot more surprised if my head didn't hurt so bad.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should probably stop yelling at my
no,
dad.
no,
then.
you're fine. You're fine. I just can't show a lot of inflection and a lot of craziness.
When
You
she
want more
smiles,
candy? It might help.
When she smiles, it hurts.
I thought that was supposed to hurt.
It does.
But it makes it worse when you have a headache.
Oh, okay. Anyways, and Casper, obviously. I watched a little bit of Supernatural with you. Thinking about starting it again, because I left off on episode 12, and I got sick of the repetitive thing that you like so
Supernatural?
much. Yeah.
Um,
But probably won't, not gonna lie. I watched an episode of Shameless with Ada, and an episode of What We Do in the Shadows.
cool.
And then I was gonna watch Corpse Bride, but I didn't, because I forgot to.
That's not one of my favorites.
It's not.
I like that movie. It's a very pretty movie.
I took Allie to see it when she was little. I think I took her to see it when it opened. And she loves that movie. And I watched it about 80,000 times. It's just not one of my favorites.
I don't like The Nightmare Before Christmas at all.
I do.
I've never been able to sit through that
I don't
movie
really care
once.
for. I mean, they're okay, but like I think they're way overrated.
The problem is that people ran it into the ground. I don't hold the movie accountable for that, though.
Right. They're good movies. I don't hold them on such a high tier as a lot of other people do.
Yeah.
Like fucking, they worship the ground that Tim
Yeah,
Burton
no,
walks on.
I don't. I'm just saying that, like, I don't hold the movies accountable for how people. It's kind of like when there's a good song and people play it over and over and over again on the
Like
radio.
Drive from Incubus.
Yeah, like you. Yeah, you can get sick
That was a
of
good
the
movie
song.
or a good song,
Good
and it was
song,
just
and
like,
it's
Yeah,
just
you can get sick of the song, but like that doesn't mean you take it off your playlist. Like you just
Oh, I
don't listen to it
totally
as
did.
often.
that's like AC/DC. They used to be cool until that's all you heard on the radio.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. I'm not saying that you. I'm just saying that like it just means I don't watch it as often, or I don't. I still own the movie. I still like the movies. I just don't watch them very
I
often.
might watch it like once during Christmas and that's it.
Yeah, maybe once during Christmas.
I've
I-
never been able to watch The Nightmare Before Christmas all the way through. I fall asleep at the same part every time.
I
and
showed my kids. We might watch it every year or two at Christmas time. Or
Yeah,
something.
I bet I watched that movie probably once every 10 years.
To this day, I still don't know
it's
how
just,
it
I'm not a
ends,
huge
so.
fan. I know a lot of people were back in the day and shit, like especially when we were in high school, it was huge.
Mhm.
But like, for me, I'm like, it's not that. It's okay. It's a good movie, but it's not fucking.
Change your lifestyle.
Change your life good. Yeah, like change your lifestyle kind of good.
Or
But
to model
you
your
can thank
life
you can
after
thank
it
Hot
used to be
Topic for
more-
that though.
Yeah, that was
Hot
more,
Topic like sold the shit.
I would say
out
that
of
was more
merchandise,
merchandising
they-
than it was the
Yeah,
movie.
for
Like
sure.
everybody,
Merchandise.
you had a lot of people that were like never saw the movie but wore the.
I bet
hell
that
out
movie
of,
made
like,
way more
bullshit.
money in merchandising
Yeah.
than it ever could have in.
I
You know,
bet
it
it
kinda
was
made
one of
me-
those things where like when you ask somebody wearing an AC/DC shirt
Yeah.
or a Metallica shirt, like what's
Name
your
3
favorite song, and
songs.
they're like,
Yeah.
I bet back in the day if you'd have asked like 10 people to name like their favorite character in that movie, 3 of them would have been able to answer that.
I don't even know who my favorite character would be. Probably.
No, I'm just saying like back in the day when
Yeah.
everybody was wearing that shit.
Yeah.
You
Probably
know?
Lock, Shock, and Barrel be my favorites.
Yeah, you know what? That's pretty accurate.
Probably be my favorites.
Mhm.
I wouldn't know.
I like the Oogie Boogie Kids.
That's
Yeah, the Lock, Shock, and Barrel.
Yeah. Oogie Boogie Kids.
That's what I called them. I always called them Oogie Boogie Kids.
Anyway, is that all you watched?
Yeah.
Karen, what did you watch?
I watched The Thing from Another World, which is what The Thing was based on.
the
I never
black
saw
and
the
white.
original, so I was like, I should probably watch that.
I think I watched it once years ago, and I don't remember it.
It was all right. I mean, I can see why somebody was
remade it.
interested enough to make
Yeah.
an updated version. But I told Jeremiah this is the thing that always kills me about older movies is that you ever notice in older movies that when they're talking, there's like no inflection between two people having a conversation. It's like I say something to you, you say something to me, I say something to you, but there is absolutely just it's like no stopping.
Yeah.
And it's like a typewriter talking to each other. There's just no inflection unless they're talking to a woman. And then it's either they're talking down to her, which was the time period, whatever.
Peggy, you stupid bitch.
or they were interested in them, and then it was a normal conversation. There was inflection, there was tone, but if it was just two dudes talking, it was like, hey, Bob, blah, 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 blah. I mean,
It's
it was
because
just,
my dick is bigger than yours. No, mine is bigger than yours.
exactly. It was that kind of talking. Anyway, no
That's
one.
just
I don't know why it
Talk
went
to
there, but
each
it did.
Well, I mean
Hi,
that's
Bob.
pretty
How was
much
your
how
day?
it sounded.
My
like,
day was good, Bob. How was your day?
yeah,
Pretty
I mean there
good,
was
but
that's
I
pretty
read-
much how it was. It was just like they were reporting the news to each other,
Yeah.
like
That's-
all day long.
That's just how guys talk to each other.
They must have been. That's how people talked, or else they wouldn't do that in movies. But I just can't imagine people going around their day to day talking
No
to each
wonder
other like
nobody
that.
was gay.
I guess. I watched that. No One Will Save You. I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
I didn't like it at all.
No?
Mm-mm.
I thought it was good.
I didn't like it.
Why not?
The end.
The end?
Oh, they're all like that.
Why?
So she suffered enough, so then the aliens just decided to let her go.
Right.
Fuck that. Suffer
That's
more.
dumb.
I think it's because she found peace with herself.
No, I literally looked it up because I couldn't believe that was the ending was that dumb. And I looked it up, and that's what the director said. The aliens literally let her go because everybody treated her like shit for long enough. So they took over everybody else and made them be nice to her because they treated her like shit, so they let her go.
I'm sure there are other people who've been through way worse. Just saying.
That is pretty dumb, especially for the people that never did anything wrong in their life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I really just thought that was a dumb ending.
you shouldn't have told me that.
I'm so sorry.
I was okay with just believing that, maybe she just thought that they thought that she was so damaged that, or something like that.
I watched it and I thought, no, it can't possibly be that. I'm making it too simple. It cannot possibly be that. So I looked it up.
Sure enough.
I wanted to be wrong. Escape Room. I forgot that I wanted to see that movie, and I seen it on Hulu.
With Jodie Foster?
No. That's Panic Room.
Oh, Panic Room, yeah.
No. This is
Escape Room, the one, yeah.
I really liked it.
I didn't care for it.
Because it was like that. You start out with that scene where that kid was getting squished,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't stand that,
Yeah.
And then you see him at the very beginning, and I'm like, oh, I know what happens to you, and then
I don't
Yeah.
want to know you. I don't want to like
I don't
you.
want to get to know you. It was really good. I liked it.
I didn't want to put kills in trailers and shit.
Yeah.
I didn't watch a lot of the trailers because I wanted to see it,
Mhm.
and then I forgot that it existed, and then I seen it on Hulu, and I'm like, I wanted to fucking watch that, so I watched it. It was really good. I liked it.
I like the actress in it. She was in that Lost in Space show that was on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
And I really liked her in that too. So I really liked her.
I like.
And
that
also
a
the
lot.
redhead in it is from True Blood,
Yeah.
and I like her too. So
Yeah. I really like just all the different rooms and the way that they can. I thought it was really neat. I
I
started
guess
watching
it is
this.
all right. Shut up, Karen.
Fuck off. I started watching this Eli Roth show called A Ghost Ruined My Life. It's pretty good. It's kind of like those '90s shows that where people talked and they did
Reenact like
reenactments and
Unsolved
stuff.
Mysteries and shit.
Yeah, and I missed those shows, so I was
Yeah.
like, fuck it, I'm gonna try it.
I loved Unsolved Mysteries.
Right.
Yeah.
The guy talking always.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like about Unsolved
Put you to
Mysteries.
sleep or intrigued.
Yeah.
It was one or the other.
Yeah,
There's
the
no
only thing I
in
didn't like
between.
about Unsolved Mysteries is they were all unsolved.
Yeah.
Yeah. How dare you get me interested and then tell me it's not? It's not.
But it's
solved.
literally in the title of the show, Unsolved Mysteries.
I know, right? I like the thing somebody said one time. It was like
The music to it.
yeah, you watched the show where this guy told you these horrible things that happened to people, and then you never found out what happened to them.
We never found out the conclusion to it. Like,
Yeah.
Like what happened to the
They
person
ought to
who
go
did it.
through and do like a sister show to Unsolved Mysteries where they do a
These are the ones that we solved.
These are the ones that finally got solved.
Yeah.
As for some resolution.
No
you
shit.
know?
Everybody would tune into that and be like, "Oh, I remember that.
I remember that.
What happened?"
I was dying when I watched that.
Yeah. I watched The Thing because
You always heard it like in the middle of the night, waking you up. Fuck. Ah.
yeah,
Usually your
that music though, you're like,
Or your parents are out there watching. You're like, oh, they're watching Unsolved Mysteries.
you bastards.
That and Cops.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cop.
Or that Rescue 911. You guys remember that show?
That's what
Yeah,
Grandma Fanny
Rescue
used to watch
911,
every night.
Mhm.
Unsolved Mysteries and the Cops.
Yeah. So I watched
And
The
The
Thing
Walking
because
Dead.
that was one that I was torn about, and when I decided I wasn't gonna pick it, I watched it. Look Who's Talking and Look Who's Talking 2.
Oh yeah, Karen.
Yeah.
Get it.
the third one?
No, I didn't watch the third one.
Did I give you guys those movies?
I rented them.
I downloaded them for nothing?
I didn't know you downloaded them. I told you to let me know if you got it downloaded. I'd swing by.
I did let you know.
Oh.
I think. Right?
Hmm.
Hold on.
I said,
let me check my
I
messages.
said, let me
He
know.
typed it, he just never sent it.
I said, let me know. I'll swing by tomorrow. You said, okay.
You said you'll swing by tomorrow, so I thought
I said,
I didn't know you needed confirmation.
He
To
said,
just
"Let me
swing
know."
by.
I said, I need confirmation.
My
Let
bad,
me
man.
know.
Yeah, I had them for you.
It's all right.
Evil Lives Here. Mirrors. Because neither one of us remember that movie, but we both had seen it. Which should have been an indication to the two of us that it sucked.
Mirrors?
Yeah. With Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We were both
Wasn't
like-
that a remake? That was a
It was a
Japanese
remake of a Japanese
yeah.
movie. Yeah. We were both
Yeah,
like,
that
I don't
movie
remember.
wasn't good.
Yeah, we were both like, oh, I don't remember this movie.
Yeah.
But like,
It was dumb.
Yeah, so we were like, let's watch it because neither one of us remember. We should have known that since we didn't remember it, we deleted it out of our memory.
I
for a
did too.
reason.
Now until just now. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're
Thank-
welcome.
fuck you again, Karen. God
Well,
damn.
You don't remember enough of it though. I'm
I
not telling you
remember
to watch
enough.
it.
I remember enough that it sucked.
Maybe
It
you
did
need
suck.
to
That he
watch
was like
it
a fucking
Maybe
night
you should
security
watch
guard.
it again.
Yeah. Maybe you
I
should
don't want to
watch
watch it again.
It was good.
Liars. I remember
Robot
enough
Chicken,
of it to
that's
know
the
that it
last thing I
sucks.
watched.
What'd you watch?
Robot Chicken. That was the last.
Before that,
Mirrors.
Mirrors.
Yeah, it was good.
Kiefer
watch it.
Sutherland. It was
No,
like
it's terrible. It's really not good at all.
2010's movie.
Which is weird because like Kiefer Sutherland usually picks good stuff to do.
That must have just
every
been a
now and then
paycheck.
an actor has to.
I don't know. That was
Yeah,
around
they
his.
always have to do. They always have.
That was
to pick,
around
like,
his
a-
24
Yeah, I
days and shit
guess.
like that, where
I
I think he was
guess.
getting a little desperate for work.
There was a lot of good like.
Good.
There's a lot of good like death scenes in it though.
Huh?
A lot of good death scenes in it though.
Yeah.
That bathtub scene was pretty badass. But that was it.
Eric, what'd you watch?
I finished up that Ahsoka, which I enjoyed that. I've been watching MythBusters. I watched that Halloween movie. That's really all I watched. I don't really think I watched anything else
Okay.
in the movie we're going to talk about.
Right. That's always a given.
Yeah, that's it.
One of these weeks, we're gonna be like, yeah, I didn't watch this one.
I forgot it was a thing.
I didn't know I was supposed to.
No, that would have happened with someone else eventually.
Who, Matt?
Yeah. That probably would have happened eventually.
Yeah, he was definitely the one that was like, yeah, I didn't want to watch that movie,
So I didn't.
so I didn't. That would have been Matt. Like, dude, what the fuck?
Straight up told us one time, he's like, if I don't want to watch it, I'm not going to.
Well, what are you gonna do during the podcast then?
Sit there and twiddle my thumbs.
Mhm.
That sounds stupid.
Oh, Matt.
Love you, Matthew.
Love you, Matt. He probably doesn't even listen to us. I almost guarantee he don't.
Probably not. That's fine though.
Anyway, let's move on here. Let's get into our movie this week.
Let's talk about the movie.
This week, we watched Trick or Treat from 2007.
My pick. was
Madison's pick.
Yeah.
And since it's Madison's pick, she gets to read the
God
movie.
dang it. Did I say it was my pick? I meant it was your
It's
pick.
Madison's pick, so she gets to read the movie. Do
Is
you
it
have
a really
plot?
long-
Madison, Joseph,
It's not.
what's
no,
the difference?
It's not wrong at all.
Madison,
It goes, because it's an anthology, it actually goes through each of the stories.
That's pretty
So
cool.
it's pretty nice.
So, 4 interwoven stories that occur on Halloween. An everyday high school principal has a secret life as a serial killer. A college virgin might have just met the one guy for her.
Sorry.
A group of teenagers pull a mean prank, and a bitter old recluse receives an uninvited guest.
I'm just going to say this. That town's fucked up.
It is one fucked up town.
1 hour,
Mostly it's one neighborhood, really.
Yeah.
1 hour and 22 minutes, which is crazy.
It's not a very long movie.
I
though.
know. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
I thought it was an hour and 40.
Mm-mm.
Said 1 hour and 22 minutes on
Yeah,
here.
it wasn't
That
so
explains
long.
why I was in bed by like 10 and not 10:30. Because I thought I was going to be in bed by like 10:30. It was only 10. I was like, oh, I did math wrong. But I didn't.
Brian Cox as Mr. Krieg. Quinn Lord as Sam and Peeping Tommy. So the kid that was peeping in on the girls in the beginning, that's the kid that wears the Sam costume the whole time.
Oh, really?
Anna Paquin as Lori. Dylan Baker as Steven. Leslie Bibb as Emma. That's pretty much it for big names that you're going to know. There's your synopsis.
Oh, why does your tablet feel like that?
This is supposed to be paper. Feels like paper.
Wait, really?
So I can draw on it. Yeah.
Okay. You want me to read now?
No. We have to go around and see if... Eric, would you watch and recommend?
Of course. Both. Yes.
Okay. Karen?
This is like my 4th time watching it. Yes and yes.
Madison?
Yes and yes.
I would watch and recommend. This is probably my... I've definitely seen it way more than 4 times. I've seen it a lot.
I don't like to watch things too much, especially things
I don't either, but that's...
I don't want to.
I knew a lot of
down.
like what they were gonna say. I was like, oh yeah, like I could, yeah. So
Oh, I remember that part. Oh, yeah.
yeah, well, it's not even that, but like I was like mimicking what they were saying as they were saying it.
No.
One of those deals.
I haven't seen it that much. I think this might.
I
only
can do
been
that.
My
Oh.
second or third time seeing this.
Right.
I can do that with the series that Markiplier has. I can say everything that he's saying when he says it. Like in the Five Nights at Freddy's Markiplier thing, like as the videos are playing, I know what he's saying.
It's
Like-
sad that that's what the media is now. That it's all about YouTube videos, and they can mimic that, but they don't even.
I can mimic the Ninja Turtles movie too. If you would have watched it with me, I could have showed you.
I'm glad we didn't watch it with you then, because I like to enjoy that.
I wouldn't have done it.
Anyway, yeah. So that sounds like a strong recommend from everybody. Let's get into this bitch.
You ready now?
Yeah.
Okay. Trick or treat. Opening. Just imagine those words. That's what it says.
Says opening.
Yeah. Emma and Henry have set up numerous ghost scarecrows for Halloween decorations. Emma tries to blow out a jack-o'-lantern by their fence, but Henry tells her not to because it's against tradition. She blows out the jack-o'-lantern anyway, because she's blonde. Crystal.
Bye, Felicia.
While Henry is inside waiting for Emma to take down the decorations outside, you know that's not what he's waiting for. She is murdered with a pumpkin sucker by an unknown assailant.
I was murdered.
I was murdered.
Hiding under one of the ghost scarecrows. Later, Henry goes outside and finds Emma's severed head hung up on one of the ghost scarecrows. The principal. Okay.
Okay.
A boy, Charlie, is poisoned by the town principal. Whoa. Mr. Wilkins, after he is caught stealing candy from Wilkins' porch. Whoa. Wilkins buries Charlie in his backyard along with another body and has a run-in with his neighbor Mr. Krieg and his dog. Wilkins then helps his son Billy carve a jack-o'-lantern in the basement, which revealed to be Charlie's severed head. And also, in that, he sees Mr. Wilkins in the window, pounding on the window.
Mr. Krieg.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
It does. This thing really skips a lot of like what happened.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So like
There's
it
a lot
didn't
of
say
back
about
and
like
forth.
how he poisoned the boy and
Yeah.
drug him in and then blah blah blah.
See, like, I don't know. The principal's story just came off to me as like, you know, like a heartwarming tale of a single dad raising his kid. And
Uh-huh.
And then
Yeah.
it turns into him as a serial killer,
Right.
teaching his son how to be a serial killer.
Yeah, it's a
No.
small portion of the story.
Not really that small, but okay.
I just took it
I
as a
agree
very
with Karen
heartwarming
in
tale. I
this,
don't understand why you're making such a big deal out of it.
I mean, I'm not.
I'm not. Like, I'm not.
Tale of the School Bus Massacre. Okay.
You're making a thing out of it. God.
Thing
Just
out
let
of
me get a
it.
thing out of it.
Just is
Huh.
gonna start. He's gonna print out the labels like right there. Between the hands.
Hold the banners up.
Anyways, the tale of the school bus massacre. One teenager, Macy Rutherford, or Ruthford?
Sure.
I'd
I
say
don't know.
Rutherford, but
Rutherford.
that's me.
Okay. Takes a Sam Schrader. Sorry. Takes Sam
Schrader.
Schrader.
Hader, Sarah Perry, Chip Winslow, and Rhonda Curran. I don't know. You guys, I'm not good with last names. On a journey to the local rock quarry where Macy tells them the local legend of the Halloween school bus massacre. 30 years ago, a school bus containing 8 children, all mentally challenged and I'm clicking stuff, and disturbed to the point of needing to be chained to their chairs, was driven to the quarry and crashed in the lake at the bottom. Their parents, no longer able to stand the strain of humiliation of caring for them, paid the bus driver to take them to
Karen
the rock
for
quarry
them.
to get rid of them. As the driver went around
Caring.
checking each
Kinda.
child's restraints, one managed to get free and tried to drive the bus, only to have it plunge to the quarry lake below. The driver survived, but was never heard from again, and the bus was never recovered. As the group went to the school bus, children... I skipped the line. As the group investigates the quarry, a prank meant for Rhonda instead turns deadly when the school bus children return from the grave and kill all but Rhonda, who gets revenge against the group by escaping up the quarry's lone elevator. I always, whenever I first watched it, I was like, oh, she'll at least let the boy in, because the boy, like, at least felt bad and was doing something about
Nah.
it. And I was like,
Nah.
no,
Ah, fuck
she
that.
didn't.
Fuck
Yeah,
that guy. He was
but
he was in on it too.
I
Fuck
was
that.
gonna say he
wasn't
was
on it.
still in on it. So
Yeah, fuck that
guy.
dude.
Which I can see why she didn't, obviously, but, like,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, in all movies, they're always like, oh, let the nice boy in, and they didn't, and I was like, oh,
Nah, fuck
No,
him.
That's a
nah,
first.
Fuck him.
yeah.
He was in on the plot to scare her and humiliate her to begin with.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yep.
even if he did feel bad by the end, it's like, nah.
No.
You're still a
You were-
d-bag.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
you're
should have.
still-
You should have told
D-bag.
Macy to fuck off from the beginning.
Mhm.
Yeah. That girl was on Dead Like Me.
Yeah.
The one who played Macy. She
Yeah.
was in Dead Like Me. She was the girl's daughter, or sister, little sister.
Is that a show?
hmm
On what?
I don't know. It wasn't. It was on TV. I don't know what it's on now. It's kind of older, I guess. It's not.
Oh.
I know she looked really familiar, and I don't think I've ever actually watched the show, but I knew she looked.
That's
really
the only
familiar.
thing I know of her from.
I know, that's what I said too. I was like, that's the only thing that looks familiar to me, but I don't know if I've ever actually watched the show. Maybe I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, well, so apparently she did some My Little Pony voice work.
She's done a lot of voice work.
So-
I saw. Yeah.
I think that maybe if you've seen her, it might be at a strip club because that's
That
probably
might
all the
be
work
it.
she's getting
Mhm.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no offense.
It also forgot to say that at the end of it, Rhonda sees Sam.
Yeah.
Sam's. You
Standing
see
there.
Sam at the end of pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
At the end of the principal too.
I think
was-
Jackson's the right size now that he could go with Sam.
I wanted to go with
Jack
Sam this
picked-
summer, but then I was like, it wouldn't look
We
right
have
on me
it.
because I'm not short
Jack
enough.
was Sam.
Was he?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
won the Halloween.
He
costume.
he won cutest costume at the campground when he was Sam.
That's awesome.
The really funny part is like the lady was like, "Oh, the scarecrow won cutest or whatever," and my mom was there, and my mom starts laughing hysterically. She was friends with the lady that does the costume contest or whatever. My mom's laughing hysterically, and the lady's like, "What's so funny, Dawn?" And she's like, he's a killer." And she's like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, he's dressed up as a killer. She's like, "But he's a scarecrow." And she's like, "No, he's not. He's not." She's like, "But he is cute." I mean, he is cute. It was really cute. He even had the little belly and everything. He was
Aw.
adorable. He was adorable. That was my favorite
I need
costume ever.
pictures after this.
Okay, I'll show
Yeah.
you. Yeah, he
I
definitely.
mean, the costume actually, it was
Yeah,
like Sam.
we have it.
Literally looks like Sam.
Like to
Yeah.
the T.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You have to force Jackson to be Sam this year, just so we can freak everyone out.
He won't.
He won't wear the Jack only wore it like when
He had to.
he had to. It's really
Hot.
cumbersome and hot, and like
Well, it's
we
cold
didn't
outside usually, ain't it?
we didn't make him wear it. Even
Well,
then,
not
it's
that day.
all rubber and it's all like
Oh,
you can't. It's
rubber?
really bad.
Ooh,
We didn't make him wear it all the time.
okay, yeah. All right. Surprise party. Sorry, surprise party. Okay, I'm envisioning it now. Lori, right? Lori. It's spelled weird. I almost thought it said Laura, but it doesn't. It's Lori. Self-conscious 22-year-old virgin goes into the woods after deciding to separate from her group. There, she is attacked by a vampire while a sister and her friends party nearby with men they picked up along the way. The vampire's body suddenly drops from a tree into the party, and Lori appears.
Oh, they really speed ran through that one, didn't they?
Yeah, they
did.
did.
God damn.
The vampire is revealed to be Wilkins, the principal, in disguise wearing fake teeth. How is he biting people with those fake teeth, by the way? Like,
Alright.
no? Nothing?
They're really
Okay.
good teeth.
I guess so.
Very pointy.
He must
Maybe
have
he.
sharpened
Yeah, I was
them
gonna say
more.
maybe he sharpened them.
Or maybe he made them out of real people's teeth. I can see that.
Nah,
too.
they were
No,
fake.
yeah. I mean, I could
There's
see it
no
making
way.
more of like a metal material or like a really hard plastic.
I mean, the girl who takes the teeth out of his mouth, we're kind of impressed by him, so maybe they were something.
They could have been
special.
porcelain or something.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, but like I said, you sharpen it, make it really sharp. You know.
Because she pulls on, she's like, nice.
Yeah. Ceramic, maybe.
Yeah.
He's got to be a special kind of psychopath to go around biting people like he's a vampire.
He is psycho.
He is.
Well, I know. I said special kind of psycho. Because I know there were kids in middle school that used to be like, I'm a vampire. And you'd be like, really? Prove it. And they'd be like, I can't right now. It's daytime. Then go outside.
Mm.
They're like, I don't want to die. Okay. You're so weird. Get away from me.
I'm gonna say those-
What's your name? It's Billy.
Hey,
Oh, sorry. I thought it was a notebook.
just read the fucking story.
No, kids in middle school were so weird. They were. They scared me. Oh, man. The vampire is revealed to be Wilkins, disguised wearing fake teeth. The girls at the party, along with Lori, suddenly transform into werewolves and devour their dates along with Wilkins. Meet Sam, your kid. Alright. Krieg.
Cute.
What?
He's so cute.
He is, I love Jack.
I was
Krieg.
talking about Sam, but
Sam,
Jack's
yeah.
cute too.
Oh, yeah. Krieg, a cantankerous, Halloween-hating old man.
I love when he goes to walk out and you see like the butt flap. He looks so freaking. He looks just. I mean, he's so adorable. Like this little 4-year-old kid
Yeah.
walking around. He's so freaking cute.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's okay. Old man lives alone with his dog Spite. While in his house, Krieg is attacked by a small boy, Sam. During the struggle, Krieg rips off the sack over Sam's head to reveal his head to be a cross between a jack-o'-lantern and a skull. Krieg gains the upper hand when he manages to fire his shotgun at Sam, seemingly killing him. As Krieg dials 911, Sam attacks him again, stabbing him with a pumpkin sucker, which lodges in a candy bar sitting on Krieg's chest. Sam proceeds to eat the candy bar and leaves the house. Meanwhile, pictures burning in the fireplace, in a nearby fireplace, revealing a class photo of the children from the bus accident and the bus driver, Krieg himself, sitting next to the flames.
Which they said he was never seen again. I didn't understand how he could be in such a small town and never be
Mm-mm.
seen again.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
I was like, how the hell did this dude get away with this?
Unless he moved away and then came back. older.
I was thinking
mean,
maybe a lot of people just didn't know him, and he took the money that he made from the parents and somehow invested that and was able to retire
Maybe, but
and
like,
just never left his house.
Yeah, became a hermit.
Yeah.
that's got to be
That's
like
the only thing I could
only
think, like, but then
explanation,
again-
that's still kind of far fetched. But I guess
That's-
maybe you don't need to have
'cause
an
I was
explanation.
I've
but-
always thought that too. Like, how the fuck did this dude never be seen again, living in the town that he did it in to begin with? You know,
Well, like I said, that street was a very fucked up street.
fuck, just those two houses were fucked up.
Mm-hmm. Alright, last one. Conclusion. Later on, Krieg answers his door, bandaged and bruised from his encounter with Sam, to give candy to some children. While on his porch, he sees Sam go to Emma and Henry's house just as she is blowing at the jack-o'-lantern. Rhonda then walks across the street and is almost hit by and ignores the laughing human form werewolf girls in their car. Billy is sitting on his porch handing out candy and wearing a Principal Wilkins costume. Krieg then walks back inside with the bell. When the bell rings again, he opens the door, find the kids from the bus massacre standing there with their bags outstretched. A view of a comic book pages briefly showing the bus driver's fate at the hands of the zombie children are shown. The kids have finally gotten their revenge.
So, how long does trick or treat go on in this town?
That's what I'm saying. It's got to be like 2 a.m. by now.
Yeah, it went on forever.
Well, and his kid showed up at the very beginning and was like, "I'm done trick or
Yeah.
treating. Charlie Brown's an asshole."
And then he ended up going out on his date or whatever, while his kid's sitting at home handing out candy still to other trick or treaters.
Well, you know, other kids, when they get done trick or treating, some get done within an hour. You know, of
Yeah, some kids don't want to go the whole time.
Right.
Yeah. So
So I don't know. Maybe all this just happened within a couple of
Well,
hours.
I
it
do
kinda
really-
did, because if you watch how like the movie goes through, like some of the scenes happen during.
Yeah,
other
They're
during
all
other scenes,
intertwining.
yeah.
I loved how they all intertwine and overlap.
Yeah,
and
it's a
you
very honestly,
saw-
it's a very tightly written
Mhm.
story
beautiful how they did it.
for how they wrapped it
Beautiful.
all together and
Mhm.
stuff. Like
Yep.
it's very tightly written.
I think there's actually something in trivia about how the attention to detail about
Yeah.
the timeline.
Yeah, and I think it works out pretty well. Like
It's
like
beautifully
because
done.
the whole time, every time I watch this movie, I was like, "There's got to be a flaw of some kind." I just haven't caught it yet.
Yeah.
I still haven't caught it, so it's got to be. There must not be one.
Yeah. I mean, other than like the Krieg thing, I don't get that. But I mean, it is very like the timeline of it is beautifully done.
Yeah.
Well, there is a flaw with the timeline though too. So like Sam attacks Creed in his house, right? And during that time, Wilkins is at his house, right? So during the attack time for Creed, it's Creed, right?
Krieg.
Creed. This only happens within like a 10-20 minute span, right?
Right.
But Wilkinson's still home, right? Well, when Creek is handing out candy to the other kids, you see the werewolf girls swing by, right? So that's probably within another 15, 20 minutes.
But that's got to be enough time for him to go to the hospital, get wrapped
Well, what I'm
up.
saying
Well, he didn't go to the
is-
hospital.
But
I
what I'm
guarantee
saying is
that.
Wilkinson got killed during that time frame.
Which-
No. That the girls haven't transformed yet. They haven't gone out to that place yet.
Yes, they have, because the girl
Oh, wait, because
They-
Rhonda's
yeah,
coming back.
they're-
Yeah, you're
yeah.
right. You're right.
and she says werewolves.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's like a really short time span for like
Him
All
to
of
go
that
Wilkinson-
stuff
go
to
get
happen.
Yeah, Wilkinson to be able to,
yeah,
like,
good point.
get ready for his date. Carve the eyes with his son. Get ready for his date.
Go out.
Go out, kill the
kill
Dave.
girl.
Kill the girl because he's got to swoon her somehow.
Yeah.
Get her in the back alley, kill her, and then stalk the other girl, and then get killed by the girl and the werewolves.
They transform, eat
They
all of
transform,
the other
eat
guys.
everybody, come back to town. It's got to be late as fuck by that time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you
you're
know
telling
the
me this
whole-
kid's still handing out candy?
Well, and you know the whole exchange between him and Sam didn't take longer than 20 minutes, like Eric said.
Right. It didn't take long.
Maybe an hour with him.
Well,
getting
but
bandaging
then
himself.
maybe-
you don't
Yeah,
know how
maybe.
long it took him to bandage himself and be able to start handing. My thing is though, how late? Like, so the kid
Yeah,
comes
that's
back
true. You
from
don't
trick
know.
or treat.
You don't know the time frame that it took between
Yeah.
the exchange between him and Sam
Yeah,
and
and handing out candy.
handing out candy.
I wouldn't
But
imagine
my
it ta-
thing is
I wouldn't
like,
imagine it takes too long because Sam is still standing there waiting.
Yeah,
you know.
but Sam doesn't.
Sam has no concept
Yeah,
of time.
yeah,
That's
Sam.
not
Sam
even
is.
there.
Yeah,
My
know.
thing about it is,
I'd only imagine
it's
maybe
not
an
even
hour.
Sam that I'm worried about. It's the trick or treat time.
Yeah.
So the kid gets, because the kid, from the time that the kid gets back from trick or treating, is like almost the beginning of everything that's happening.
Mhm.
And then from there, he's still handing out candy at the very end of the
So
movie.
it still only
After
has to
everything
be
goes
a
down,
few-
you know
few
that his
hours.
dad had to have been gone for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
You know it's late as fuck by this point. It has to be. At the earliest, I'll give it 11 o'clock, 10, 11 o'clock. At the earliest. But even then, that still seems like,
well, I don't know, because like it gets dark early,
yeah.
and then
But
You
it was
know-
already dark when.
But it was already dark when the kid came home.
no, I know. I'm just saying that if you take into consideration that maybe their trick or treat is 2 hours, 3 hours, it could have taken place during that time period.
Maybe.
But 2 hours.
I know it's a stretch. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
I'm
that.
saying 2 hours from the time he has to
Bless you.
cut out the kid's eyes and
Mhm.
carve the kid's head and
Mhm.
get ready and swoon another girl and get killed by werewolves. And
That's
all
a
that.
long time.
That's a
He's a
long
busy
fucking
man.
time.
I mean, I know it's tight. It's tight.
And what is
That's
trick
what
or
she
treat
said.
normally? About 2 hours
Yeah.
at most?
Roughly.
Hour and a half
most.
around here, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Back then,
I think when we were
I mean,
kids, it was 2 hours.
Yeah, back when we were kids, I think.
And
we
a
were
lot
up
of it
to
took
like
place
9
at night.
o'clock sometimes.
Yeah, most times it was like 9:30 before we were.
Yeah, I remember
we were
going
done.
trick or treating at night.
Yeah.
And it was
We
dark as
actually
shit when
had
we
Yeah.
came home.
Scary
Yeah.
houses to go to. People
Oh,
would
yeah.
try to scare you with chainsaws and shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
don't do that no more.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
I really like the Tales from the Crypt vibe you got out of these stories.
Oh, for
Oh,
sure.
definitely.
Which
Because
one
in-
is your? I gotta ask. Which one is your guys' favorite story?
Oh, I really like the school bus story.
With the kids. See, that one gave me like R.L. Stein Goosebumps thing vibes.
I liked it because
Kind of, yeah.
it gives you
Yeah.
that comeuppance.
Yeah,
It's one of the few tales in this show. Well,
But if you think about it, it
The-
seems
I
like that story is like a lot of the movie.
right. That's what I'm
Mhm.
saying is like I really like that story because you get like I like that it was old time Halloween, right? Like they all had like those old fashioned
Those were the scary costumes.
they had
Yeah,
those
I
old
like
fashioned
those.
costumes. I
Alright.
really like the way that looks or whatever. And then you have this horrible tale of what happened to these kids, and then what happened with Rhonda, and she gets her comeuppance in her story, and then these kids come back and they take care of Creek, and it's all wrapped up in this nice little bow. But like the thing I like about the overall story in this is kind of like the Tales from the Crypt stories is that you might think like the bad guy's getting away with it. So like Wilkins in the first story, you're like, oh, this fucking asshole just killed this kid, and okay, I guess nothing's gonna happen to him. And then later he gets his ass handed to him by the werewolves. And that would always happen in a lot of Tales from the Crypt stories. Is like, you know,
Yeah.
you always thought that the bad guy was going to get away with it.
But they always got to come up.
But
in some
most
way.
times, the bad
And
guy
a lot
got
of
their
times it was always a
comeuppance.
karma-related situation.
Yep. So
So-
I really enjoyed that in these stories.
I think that my favorite story in this is. See, I wish you get to spend more time with the werewolf story
yeah,
because it's
I
my
knew that was going to
favorite.
be. Yeah, I knew that was going to be
Because
yours. Yep.
werewolves scare the shit out of me. I don't know
Mhm.
if anybody knows that,
Mhm.
but
I liked the skin peeling.
yeah,
scene.
I think that the
was
transition was cool.
The transformation was very well done.
I like the twist on it because you're like, you know, you're not supposed to know that these girls are in fact where you know, you're just thinking
like,
like,
you know, you go back on a rewatch.
oh
and
yeah,
it's
you're
so
like, you
obvious.
see everything.
It's
You're like,
so obvious.
like the run of the litter. She's wearing a Red Riding
Riding
Hood outfit. Just all these things. You're like, and then whenever he falls from that tree, you're like,
Yep.
and then they uncover him like, oh, that's where you're like, it clicks. You're like, these motherfuckers are werewolves. This is a pack.
Mhm.
And it's such a cool. I wish that you get more time with them because it's so cool to see like a pack of werewolves where like it's a bunch of beautiful women and it's like because usually they're the
It's-
damsels.
That's
Yeah.
what that's
Mhm.
what I'm thinking is like if they do it like it's kind of like Amazons, you know, maybe it's just women that are werewolves.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Well, no, because how would they breed?
Well, they breed with a man, and then
Oh
if
yeah,
this-
maybe yeah.
if they have a girl, cool.
Right. I don't know. I just think I think it's a really cool concept. And then aside from that, I think I like the Sam and
See, I wish there was more to Sam. I wish there was more like a story background on him.
I have
I-
trivia.
I think
enjoy-
I think
I
he
enjoy
is
that
the
he's
embodiment of
not,
Sawwind. That's why his name is Sam. Sam is Sawwind. So like I think that's where he comes from. He's essentially the Sawwind spirit, and I think that's what he represents
Mhm.
is the embodiment
him
of
candy, he
Halloween
goes
and
away.
things like
Yeah.
that. Whenever really the whole candy thing is all, I don't understand why he would represent that so much. But I guess it's probably all about like
Tradition.
tribute,
the
like a tribute.
the tradition even back in the original festivities was treats in general, like not just like now it's candy, right?
Yeah.
But back in the day, you know, back when people made their own stuff or whatever, they would make, you know, like rock candy. They would make
Well, even before that, even before Halloween became a festive holiday.
no, I'm talking about harvest, like during
Oh,
harvest
see,
season,
yeah, I
during-
believe that it was all about. I think it's all about tribute. Pay your tributes, pay your dues.
That's what I'm saying.
Respect
People
Yeah.
would
tradition.
make people
Yeah.
would make treats
like with the blowing out
as
of the
part of their
jack-o'-lantern.
harvest to
Right.
take, and you know,
Oh,
this
and
is part
kind
of
of
my
like
tribute.
this is part of my tribute.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's part of that. That's part of that's going back to that.
Okay.
So that's where the candy comes from.
Makes
Is
sense.
people would make
And I think that
treats part of their tribute.
I think the idea of Sam is a really good
Mhm.
he's the
giving
embodiment.
giving Halloween a real embodiment is
Mhm.
something really cool.
Mhm.
Like normally, whenever you see Halloween based or movies or whatever, there's some kind of monster involved, or it's like in Halloween's case with Michael Myers and things like that.
That's
think-
what they did right with this movie is that there's not a bad guy per se. It's just this overall embodiment of Halloween.
And what it represents
Yep.
to everybody. Yeah,
And they
horror.
made him a cute kid, which is
Yeah,
adorable.
That's why I think that is cool. That like I love that he was supposed to be a vampire, but then it turns out he wasn't a vampire. But there are werewolves.
Mm-hmm.
So you're like, oh, I wasn't even a vampire, but then they like turn into werewolves, but they're fucking werewolves. Like,
Yeah.
okay. So that was
All
really
right.
cool. But yeah, I think that it'd be cool. Like, I don't know if they ever talked about doing a sequel or anything, but it'd be cool to see something.
The last I heard was is it
I don't think
Michael
they
Dougherty?
will.
Yeah,
Yeah. He doesn't like sequels because he thinks it cheapens the
it does. It cheapens
Yeah.
the brand.
and he also for you I have some information about Sam in
Yeah.
trivia for Origin.
Okay.
Sam is one of my favorite horror movie sort of icons, and it's so cool because it's good. He's a good icon. Whenever he's only had one movie to leave a statement, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like
Oh yeah.
it's only one movie, but he's left such a huge impact.
Yep.
Like you see horror movie, like
And
usually if
he's
you
just as
Yeah.
iconic as some of the other ones that have had like 30 movies
yeah,
and like
Candyman, all that. You see any of these guys, like if you see like horror movie icons all in like fan art, Sam's on there.
Mhm.
Yep.
He's on all of them,
Mhm.
and he's only had one movie to make that sort of impression.
Right.
And I think that's impressive.
Absolutely. You know how excited I was when we went to go get costumes that year and Jack come running up with Sam and I was like, yeah, go get every accessory that goes with that. Everything.
So the thing about this movie
Everything.
is I
He
feel
came
like
back
this
with the lollipop and the sack, and
this is a movie that,
everything.
like, yes, it's rated R, but it's also a movie that I believe is accessible for a lot of different people. Because it's not overly, like, it's got some gore in it,
Sure,
but it's not
yeah.
overly gory. It's really not even overly frightening or scary.
No,
It's
because
got
every,
a few
every
moments,
death
but-
actually happens off screen, really.
Pretty much, yeah. And I think that for an R-rated movie,
It's just 'cause
honestly, if they
titties
would
in
have
it.
taken out the breasts and taken out like the hard F words or anything, this would have been a PG-13 movie, easy.
For sure, yeah.
So like, there's not a lot of terror to it. I guess
Yeah.
it's just a fun in my opinion, a fun Halloween movie.
Agreed.
So that's what I think about it. But I'm glad that they went with that R rating just to give it that little extra kick. But they could have went even harder with it. But I get what they're doing here. It's easily accessed for a wider audience. You could have
Well, and
teenagers who watch it.
I think they wanted to keep it sort of lighthearted too, because they were going for that sort of comedic stroke.
Oh, for sure.
So
yeah.
you know they don't want to
Yeah,
make
anything
it too
that is
dark.
anything that's played for laughs is played for laughs on purpose.
Right. So they don't want to go too dark with it either,
Right.
because if you go too dark with it,
Like
then-
Wilkins is like the biggest thing too.
Yeah.
He's one of the most playful characters.
Right. And what ends up happening is if you go too dark and you've got comedy, then you're, a lot of people in the audience are kind of confused. They're like, so am I supposed to be scared or am I supposed to laugh? So if you keep it
Are you
light
happy or you gonna
while
fuck me
you,
up?
yeah, are you
Yeah.
happy you're gonna fuck me up?
Like that part with the shotgun where he shoots Sam in the head and he just slides across the floor and hits the.
Yeah, that was
Like you're like,
funny.
that's definitely that's
I
almost
mean,
a gag.
so well done. Yeah.
yeah, it's almost a gag,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks good.
Look how he's stomping on the,
The
kid in
hand.
graveyard.
Yeah,
The
the
hand.
hand.
You gotta be fucking kidding
Like,
me.
you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
So, and the part where like his
That-
mask comes off and you see his face, like he looks awesome.
Oh
He
yeah.
looks so
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That made me think too. Like a hand is like that, right? Now, how does a hand flip over? Usually, it's your arm that flips it over. Now, how think about?
I hate
hand.
watching anything to do with hands on TV. Like I hate Thing from Wednesday and stuff. I hate watching
You're
any of
using
that
your
stuff
wrist.
because I hate it because he's like doing this and he's like walking and running. I'm like, but he would be falling back. Like how is like he'd have to walk like this? It's just a weird
You mean, like,
watching
the-
people. Yeah, how he walks because he walks like this.
Uh,
All of his back, all that weight on the back, he would just. It doesn't make any sense to me. I just
Center of gravity would be off.
Yeah. I don't understand where's his heart at that pumps his blood,
He doesn't have
how's he?
blood.
It's just pure magic that
You're
this hand is
asking
alive.
way too many questions
know.
about
Especially,
I brought
like,
it.
I know.
zombies.
I just
How
I'm
do
just wondering,
zombies
how
walk
does a
without
hand flip
blood,
over if
Dad?
it
I don't
doesn't
know.
Have like the wrist.
We're asking about a demon's hand.
Well, we're thinking about idle hands,
Yeah.
but still, I mean, a hand you can't.
Yeah, but
flip
that's a
it.
possessed hand. That's different. It's possessed by a spirit.
Well, I mean, this is kind of possessed. Hand.
Sam's would be, I suppose. Yeah, I guess.
He's
by
a
the
demon,
spirit or
really.
embodiment.
Is he a demon?
Yeah.
I'm
Or is he
pretty
just
sure,
a spirit?
Pretty sure he's a demon.
He's a
Or like a-
spirit of what was it called?
Samhain.
Samhain.
Yeah.
He's the spirit of Samhain.
Well, they say spirits can't manifest objects, but demons.
But rumors
Demonic
go
spirits
around,
can't.
you know. Rumors go around, not all of them are true. So
Oh yeah.
What?
I'm so confused.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm very confused.
I got lost on that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
I don't have a lot on this.
I
movie.
really don't. You know,
I
what?
don't
You know,
have
this.
much
This
on
was
it.
literally my
Yeah,
notes.
I don't have a lot on this movie. There's not a lot to.
I
Like,
wrote down Skinwalker Werewolf for the women because it was like skin, like Skinwalker.
At least they had a bunch of hotties.
I know
for
there were
werewolves.
werewolves,
yeah.
but like
It's so funny watching Anna Paquin in here as a werewolf. Whenever she's in it, at the time she was doing True Blood,
Oh,
which was
yeah.
all about vampires, and it had some werewolves in it, but not like this.
Yeah.
But she was a fairy, so it's just
I
in the
really.
show.
I
always
liked
thought
her.
The Red Riding Hood girl was hot.
That's Anna Paquin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude,
I really liked her transformation because it was like so subtle,
yeah.
hmm
and she didn't transform all the way,
Yeah.
but like the subtle
Her
things
eyes
that they
would make
did.
her even hotter in my eyes.
Well, the subtle things that they did,
She was
like
rogue, man.
It
Her
did.
rogue.
Yeah.
her teeth changed, but if you didn't pay attention, you didn't notice it
Right.
at first.
Yeah.
No, I saw it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you know what
Yeah,
I'm
it's
saying,
really
like that,
cool,
just
yeah.
the subtle things that they did with
Yeah.
her at first, and you're
I always thought because she always had this gap in her teeth. I'm like,
Yeah.
why doesn't her werewolf teeth have a gap?
maybe there's more of them. Pushed
Maybe.
them all together.
Pushed them all together. Yeah, I guess it'd have been funnier if it had a gap though. She had a gap in her
It
werewolf
stays
teeth.
the same
He
way.
had
Yeah.
a buck teeth for.
Yeah, she had a gap in her teeth. It's funny.
I know at the end of the movie, whenever Sam like saw the girl blow out the lollipop, he looked at his sucker like, "Oh yeah, I didn't get to use it before, but now I do."
Yeah, he's like
She
looking at his
gonna
sucker
die.
like, I'm gonna go kill that bitch with this.
Yeah, she gonna
He's like,
die.
well, it's
I
not gonna
didn't
go to
bite this
waste.
for nothing.
Yeah.
That's Sam Rockwell's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because we were watching Ninja Turtles before that, and then I look back, I was
fucking
like,
love
and Sam
Sam
Rockwell.
Rockwell
was in Ninja Turtles when he was really young. Nobody realized.
Oh
it,
yeah, he was one
And
of
I'm
the foot
like-
soldiers or something.
Yeah, he was one of the kids or whatever, and I was like, it's Sam Rockwell. And then like we started watching this, it's like Sam Rockwell's wife.
I fucking love Sam Rockwell. He can do no wrong in my eyes. Well, except kind of in. Well, no, he didn't really do wrong. Anyway,
He was in Charlie's Angels. He was a bad guy.
still didn't do wrong.
He danced a lot. He danced. He dances in a lot of shit.
He does.
He's a dancer.
He likes it.
He dances like a white boy too.
Did you ever
The
see that movie,
Fairy.
The Moon or Moon?
Moon.
It's
I've never seen it, but I know what it
really
is.
good.
I've heard that.
It's really good.
Anyway, I guess we could probably just get into the.
Yeah, unless
rating-
anybody's got
rating of
anything
this
else. I
movie.
mean, there's really not much. I mean, it's
Not
just
much to
such a
cover
good-
on this
yeah, it's a really
movie, yeah.
good movie. There's not.
Well, that
much
and the
to-
fucking synopsis kind of just sped right through it.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, you guys want to rate it?
yeah. I'm
Let's
ready.
rate this mother
Let me
effer.
get to the
Let's rock out this bitch.
thingamabob.
Does this have a screen protector on it? Is that what the screen?
That's what it is. Yes, it's supposed to feel like paper to draw on it.
Did you get it on Amazon?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I thought it was just the tablet itself that was.
No, it's just a screen protector that feels like paper. So whenever you draw on it, it feels like you're drawing on paper. That's what the pen is for.
Do you like it better than drawing on actual like tablet?
Yes,
feeling?
that's why I got it.
Well, how would you know that you would like it if you never got it before?
Get out of here.
I was just curious.
Be gone,
You're-
Satan!
Curiosity's gonna give me a fucking heart attack
It would be a stroke.
or a stroke.
How'd they come up with that in Scotland?
That's what they'll call it. They call it a fucking stroke. Because every time you swing at it, you feel like you're gonna die.
You're gonna fucking die. I'm ready.
Oh, sorry. What? Ready for what? Oh, the things.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, Eric. Yeah, sorry.
So, hold on.
I don't have a cough. Hold on, I'll add it.
Yeah, add that. I don't know. There's not a whole lot to this movie. I really enjoy the. It's not a whole lot of CGI. It's all practical effects. Most of the stuff you see is all practical effects. I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the way they.
I don't think there's any CG in this.
Yeah, that's why I say I really
there
enjoy
is?
that.
Yeah, but you can't tell. So that
Yeah.
what does that say?
That says a lot.
Yeah, and so I enjoyed that. I enjoyed how they mended the movies together, which I mean it's an
Anthology.
anthology. I don't know. I really enjoyed the stories. Period. I'm probably going to come in with a solid 8. The only thing that threw me off was, like I said, the time kind of
Seems like it should have went longer than it
should have went
yeah.
longer, and like how they, like I said, the Wilkinson and the Creed and the bus and the werewolves is just like it should have been spread
Something
out
there
a bit.
didn't quite jive.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a little too much all in one. Should have been.
I just thought it was weird because like they're coming home from the party as the kid is still handing out candy.
Yeah,
Like, honey, we're lit. You're lit.
But he makes a good point, though. You know, like if Wilkins is going into his house as Sam
That's what
is
I'm saying,
attacking
though, is, like,
him,
it's
something in that timeline just
yeah,
doesn't.
doesn't work out.
something isn't.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's still handing out candy as the neighbors across the street are coming home from the party.
The only thing that, like you said, that we can hang our hat on even a little bit is to say that we don't know how much time elapsed from
Yeah, 'cause
Sam leaving to him bandaging up and handing out
Yeah,
candy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we don't know
candy.
how far away from that place the girl lived, or like, what was her name? Rhonda. We don't know
Rhonda.
how far away from the quarry she lived, or like how long the werewolf girls took, or how long. Who else was there?
You'd still imagine it'd be hours, not.
Yeah, I would imagine that wherever she was walking, it had to take at least a half hour to walk to a quarry like that. You know what I mean? At least
Yeah.
a half hour. So to walk there, walk back,
That's an hour.
that's an
Plus
hour
whatever
already.
they- yeah,
Not to
whatever
mention
they
the
did
time
there,
that she
you
was
know.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, I don't know, though.
They
And
walked
then-
there before.
I mean, if
creating
all of these stories are taking place at the same time,
it's about an hour.
it's about an hour all in. Which, okay, fine.
But it still doesn't leave a lot of time for Wilkinson's to carve up a head and all.
Get
that
ready
other
for the
stuff.
party,
Get
go to the
ready,
party,
seduce
woo
a
some
woman,
lady,
you know,
suck her
and then
blood, kill her, and then stalk the other one, get killed.
You'd imagine that would
Yeah.
take hours, not an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How do you think that little boy would react? Do you think that little boy would get arrested for everything that they find after they don't find Wilkins?
They'd
and-
admit him.
I don't know.
Yeah, he
Theoretically, he said he had a date, so if he already knew her, would the wooing
Right,
part
but
wouldn't
like
take
she
very
was,
long.
they were already, she was drinking.
yeah,
She was like, "Let's get another drink," and they
Well,
were already
maybe-
making out
so
in the back
maybe he
alley.
Right,
would
but maybe
have
she
to
was
woo
already there
her.
before him. Like she got a head start or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Like we don't.
Maybe.
There's a lot of things that we don't.
Well, he
know.
also made the date thing sound very made up. Daddy has a date. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
I think
He probably just picked the drunkest girl there.
that's what I was thinking.
Easy target.
Yeah,
that would still take a little bit of time to.
maybe. I don't know. I get what you're saying. It's like a long. It'd have to be a
Yeah.
long stretch.
Yeah.
Have to be a few hours at least.
Yeah, at the very least.
Yeah.
So that kind of is what knocked me off, like half point from mine.
Just a timeline thing.
Just a
Yeah.
timeline thing.
I get
Sure.
that it was pretty tightly written, but that was one thing that I understand. Like it was like, seemed like things kind of went a little too fast for what it was.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
definitely could have stretched that a little bit and done something about that.
Showed it.
I get
showed
what
a
they were
little bit of
trying
a
to do
time
with the
span.
conclusion. I get what they were trying to do with the conclusion of trying to show how they were all intertwined in whatever
Mhm.
way. But whatever. Anyway, so an 8.
Yeah, 8 for me.
Okay, Madison.
I actually really like this movie. Obviously, if I picked it, unless I picked a bad movie that I didn't like, but I knew everybody else would like, but I really like this movie. So,
Alrighty then.
it was pretty tightly written. It was short and sweet, so I'm gonna come in with an 8 too, because I like the movie. That's all.
Karen.
I really liked the intertwining and overlapping timelines, but he made a really good point that I had never really thought about.
I've thought about it, but I didn't think too heavily about it. It's
I
one
know.
thing that never
Well,
really bothered me.
I never thought about I guess I always just considered the fact that like Wilkins just did his thing with his kid and left, and that was just it, you know.
Yeah.
It's not enough for me to really like think that it's
To ding the
horrible
movie,
or
yeah.
anything, but
Mhm.
but I guess one thing that did bother me, because I am a sort of like a makeup and special effects person, they did such a great job with all the practical effects in this movie, that I was really bothered by Krieg's face. When you would get close-ups, you could tell it was a mask, especially around his eyes.
Yeah, I
That-
thought some of the prosthetics around on him, like especially around his eye, yeah, was a
They
little.
were very rubber looking, and
Yeah.
they were not very well done, and that was really probably the biggest drawback for me, as far as anything. But I really like anthologies in general. I love anthology movies. I think this one is very well done. I love Sam. I love the embodiment of Halloween that he represents. I love the fact that they picked a little kid,
Mhm.
and then, you know, he's like got this demonic face underneath. Like, that's perfect. The things that satiate him, that get him off your back, is perfect. Just all of the things that they put into this movie that embody Halloween is just perfect. So I'm actually going to come in and I'm going to say an 8 as well.
No, I first seen Sam's face underneath mask. The only thing I thought was Pumpkinhead.
That's
Whenever I
yeah.
get older, I'm gonna keep a single candy bar in a container outside
Break
my house.
in case of Sam.
Yeah, yeah, and it's gonna have a sign outside that says "Only for Sam."
Mm.
And then if anyone touches it, they can just die. I mean,
I think for me, there's a lot to like about this movie. I love werewolves. They scare the shit out of me. So, I like the twist with the werewolf thing. I love the thing with Sam and Krieg I think that whole scene is awesome. The chase through the house, all that good stuff. Like, it's very entertaining, almost comedic at times. Also, I think the Wilkins thing is cool. I like the little twist on the serial killer thing. I think it's fun. His kid's a fucking asshole. But he is a redhead, so no offense to other redheads, but that little, he's like,
It's
like
okay. I did
little
some
chunky.
blondes all the time.
And Dylan Baker kills it. Like, he's amazing. The guy who plays Wilkins.
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
That's so nasty seeing the kids just like constantly puking all over him. It's like,
Yeah,
ugh.
just a bunch of chocolate everywhere.
Yeah, it was like chocolate, but then he got inside and it looked like blood, so I
That's
didn't
what
know.
it was.
what
That did
it was.
confuse me a little bit. It was like chocolate, and then he got inside and he was like, it was bloody. It was weird.
I was thinking it was maybe just because of the lighting. I was like that because I was thinking, I was like, dang, how much chocolate did that kid have?
It was chocolate and blood both, because that's
Yeah?
what the poison was. It was kind of like rat poison.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
He was like throwing up.
Because
all over
you
the
could see, like, there
sidewalk,
was
and I
blood up
like,
here, but, like, if you look down, it's, like, brown.
Yeah,
It was
brown,
all kinds
red.
of
Oh.
just nasty.
Yeah.
What did he do? Did it like melt his insides and he
Probably.
just like threw
Pretty
it
much.
up? Like,
Let's go with that. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's like I said, with rat poison, it's what it does. It like really severely dehydrates you, and then like as soon as you drink water, it just pretty much you just bleed out.
oh,
Yeah.
well,
That's
that
pretty
worked
cool.
fast.
But anyway, I liked a lot of things about this movie. I liked the practical effects.
I'm glad you know that.
No, that's what rat poison does. It's what it does to rats.
I'm glad
shit
you
like
know that.
Okay, can I finish my
Yeah.
thing now?
Sorry,
Instead of interrupted me.
sorry. Thought that's what we were about.
Kids ain't got no respect nowadays, man. No respect.
You need a tie.
No respect. No respect. I tell you. Anyway.
Oh, wait, hold on.
So what was I saying? Oh yeah. It's a good movie. I've loved this movie since it came out. I remember I bought this movie as soon as it came out on Blu-ray. It's got a stacked cast, a great cast actually. Anna Paquin, everybody in this movie is awesome. I think for me, this is a movie that like is Halloween to me.
Mhm.
It's one movie that like I feel like if I don't watch it during Halloween, then I'm missing out. So I try to watch it probably once a year, once every other year, or something like that, as much as I can. So for me, I'm going to come in. I'm going to give it an 8.5 because I've always loved this movie since the day it came out. That's me. That's a Mario.
8.125.
8.125.
Dang it, my guess was 8.11. Sorry. I was.
How can it be uneven if there's 4 of us?
Because it can.
Okay.
How do you think you got the 5? That's uneven.
No, you wouldn't have gotten a 5. I gave it a 5. But if you add an odd number, never mind. Let's just go ahead. Let's just go ahead here.
So, Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Good God.
For critics,
I'm going 80.
67.
For critics,
Yeah.
I'm going at least 78.
Oh
What
yeah.
was
By
yours,
the way,
Karen?
they're saying that fucking new David Gordon Green's Exorcist movie is garbage. So
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Karen, what was yours?
67.
they pretty much said if you didn't like the new Halloween movies, you're not gonna like this.
I like the first one. I
Yeah.
kind of expected that
I
this
didn't.
one would be kind of the same thing, where like the first one would be good, and then they would kind of go downhill from
Yeah, no,
there.
they're just slamming the fuck out of it.
I'll go with-
Hold on a second here. What was I doing?
You're talking about the
Rotten
new Halloween,
Tomatoes.
not the
Yeah,
Rob
the new
Zombie
ones.
Yeah.
right?
No, Believer. Exorcist Believer.
Yeah, Believer. All right, what's everybody's guesses?
63.
67.
63,
That's a
60,
78.
78. Eric's got this one, 82%.
Wow, I
really?
really thought they'd hate it.
Really?
They don't
No.
typically like good horror.
Audience.
Critics' consensus is a deftly crafted tribute to Halloween legends. Trick or Treat hits all the genre marks with gusto and old-fashioned suspense.
I'm going 89 for audience.
71.
Oh, for audience, 94.
Madison's going to take this one to 72% for audience.
fuck.
Whoa.
The fuck?
Yeah, it's lower than critics
Huh.
apparently.
So the audience is stupid in this one.
Apparently. Well, they're probably
Pretty
paid audience
much.
members.
Let's get some Rotten Tomato stuff. 25,000 reviews. All right, here's a 1-star. I'm genuinely confused as to how and why the ratings for this movie are so high. The plot was completely incoherent, and there were literally no likable characters, although I do admit the time jumping was pretty cool.
I want to
So why
meet
is
some
it
of
a
these
lot?
That's one of
people.
the things like I
Right.
I want to know like what you mean by incoherent. Like, do you balance your own checkbook?
Here's a 0.5 star. This movie jumps around a lot. There are a lot of
fucking
twists,
anthology.
but the characters are very underdeveloped. It's a 0.5 star for you? Like that's like saying like a 1 out of 10. I'm giving it a 1. You know, that's pretty low.
Okay, but he said the characters are underdeveloped.
Yeah,
It's an anthology. You don't spend very much time with the characters.
right. Here's a 1 star. Anna Paquin couldn't save this predictable movie. Well,
I didn't know it was all on her shoulders.
I didn't either.
it was.
I didn't know it needed saving.
I'm sorry, they predicted that those women were werewolves. Like,
I mean, you could have called it, I guess, if you were really paying attention.
I don't think
Instead of just
so.
having
I guess
fun
for
with
me,
it.
the first time I watched it, I just thought it was puns. Like I thought that they were just, people do
Right.
that in
Yeah.
horror movies, especially. They like to make puns. So I just thought that was the thing they were doing.
Here's a 0.5 star. This is the worst Halloween movie I've ever seen. There's another 0.5 star right under it. This movie fails to
I want to
make
see some of the other movies. they've
any of the
seen.
plots
Yeah.
interesting. It's a waste of time. Here's another 0.5 star. A series of 4 small stories that have nearly nothing to do with each other.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Did
They
they
last
rate
not
the
long
right movie?
enough to have interesting
Wrong
storyline or
episode.
plot.
They're on the wrong episode.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Did you watch the movie or? Here's a 1 star, and it's kind of long, so buckle up.
Hmm.
Not really sure what I missed that others saw in this. One, because what I saw was bad. It's a sort of half-baked, contrarian hyperlink film that relies on a lot of imaginary and genre tropes that it supposedly half-heartedly attempts to upend. If you've ever been in a conversation where someone told you that they wanted to make a movie exactly like another movie, but instead of X happening, exactly the opposite of X would have when... What are you talking about? You're...
I'm so confused.
I'm
Dad,
so
I can feel your
confused.
voice vibrating through the table.
God damn. Like, I don't even want to finish
You're
that.
making my brain hurt.
Yeah. Right, we not smart, okay? Me not read so good.
What'd you say? What? What?
Right. So, okay.
I get it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
This guy here, okay, so this guy here must have also read the comment before. He said, 1 star, directionless and felt like I was in a fever dream. Because that's exactly what reading that last comment felt like.
Yeah.
So this guy gave it a 3.5 stars, and all he wrote was rating 7.7 out of 10, and then he said period 70% out of 100%. We didn't know what
Okay.
3.5 stars meant.
Sorry.
Thank
We're not-
you,
Brain smart.
thank you.
Karen.
0.5 star. This movie,
Insulting my intelligence
Yeah.
certainly makes me very happy to
Yeah.
read your comment.
this movie just plain sucked. Nothing scary about it. Totally random, jumping from scene to scene with no context whatsoever.
These
So
people
he
Can't
doesn't
don't pay
believe I
attention.
wasted my time on this trash. It's a fucking anthology.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're don't like anthology, why are you watching?
That
it?
kills me, like, whenever, because anthologies are one thing that, like, can make or break people, but, like, if you don't like anthologies, then don't fucking watch them.
Well, it's almost like this person didn't know what an anthology was. Like, why are they jumping from place to place? It makes no sense. It's like, obviously you don't watch a lot of movies.
Obviously not.
They jump from place to place and fit all.
Because
the
you can't
stories
even
they
sit
need.
here and say that they only do it in horror. They've done it in Four Rooms is an anthology,
Yes,
and it's
it
not
is.
horror.
Nope.
They've done
That's
it
actually
in
What's that?
romance.
What's that one movie about? What's it called? God damn it! It's got fucking what's his face in it from The Walking Dead. It's got Keira Knightley. It's a love movie, and it goes from story to story about different. Is it Love Actually? I don't know. It's a
sounds
fucking
familiar.
romance movie, and it's an anthology movie. It's a different love stories within one movie. It's an anthology. There are a lot of movies out there like that.
Yeah, no, there are. There are different genres. It doesn't have to be just horror.
Yeah. This is the last one. 1 star. I gave it 1 star because I didn't see that you gave it 1 star. Thank you for iterating. I gave it 1 star
What?
because it was clever at times, but something about the collection of stories just didn't do it for me. So that's a 1 star for you? That's a 20%? Like that it didn't do it for you? Like there was nothing redeeming about the movie at all that you just gave it a 1 star. You could have at least been like, 2.5 stars, I think that's good. It's not my type of movie, but it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Some people are like, they don't understand a rating system. All right, one
I mean,
more.
even if I don't like a movie, I can see the worth. Of
Right,
it to
exactly,
Others, you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Like, it's not my thing, but, I can see why people love it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 0.5 star. A multiple story horror that fails to make any of the stories entertaining or intriguing. Left feeling like someone removed a chunk scene. I think he meant to say chunk scenes of out my copy.
Chunks of
Why are you
scenes
trying
out.
to hurt my head?
I know. Why can't you guys
What?
type correctly? Anyway, that's all I'm reading.
Sweet ass trivia with Karen.
All right, what do you got for trivia, Karen?
Believe it or not, there not much.
That's surprising.
I know. There were 18 drafts of the script, and one theme that crept in along the way is the idea that each of the stories represents a different stage of a person's experience with Halloween. The first story with Dylan Baker and his son is about how you're introduced to the holiday. The second one with the kids is you and your friends roaming around without parents for the first time. The one with Anna Paquin and her friends is Halloween in your 20s when it's about sex. The final story with Brian Cox is Halloween in your twilight years. It's the Scrooge of Halloween. They couldn't use any recognizable candy wrappers because all of our candy in this film is either poisoned or filled with razor blades. And we had to create our own instead, which was kind of fun because we came up with stuff like Big Fudge Log.
Big Fudge Log. That must be a Snickers bar.
The film was originally slated to be released in October of 2007 for a Halloween release. Warner Brothers, without explanation or reason, pulled the film from the schedule and no rescheduled date was announced. One reason might have been that Saw, whatever the fuck, was slated for release around the same time, and Warner Brothers did not want to compete against it in fear of a big opening against them. Another possible...
I do remember whenever this movie was supposed to come out, and it took them forever to come out with the movie.
Mhm.
It took them like over a year to
Yeah.
come out with this movie.
I remember I kept seeing the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Another possible reason the film was buried by the studio was that it was possible fallout from the box office disappointment of Superman Returns, which was co-written by Trick or Treat writer-director Michael Dougherty and both produced and directed by Bryan Singer, whose production company produced this film. There was brief talk that the film would finally be released around Halloween 2008 and possibly earlier 2009, but neither release ever materialized. The film was finally released straight to DVD in October of 2009. Earlier cuts removed the sequence with Stephen Baker carrying the kid he just poisoned into his foyer, and it was due to studio pressure. Of course it was. They wanted it cut more for its comedic sensibilities than its content, as they briefly toyed with the idea of making this a straightforward horror movie. Michael Dougherty wrote the script with Dylan Baker in mind, having just seen the actor in Happiness. He's always fantastic at being charming, yet creepy. Interesting attention to detail. In the opening sequence of the film, at minute 329 to 331, the dead school bus kids are visible in the background just departing Mr. Creek's house long before their exposition is presented, but exactly where their narrative would have taken place.
Wait, hold on. What?
In the opening sequence of the
Yeah,
film.
I know what you said, but so they were in the beginning where
Remember in the beginning of the film where the lady gets killed because she hates Halloween?
Mm-hmm.
The dead kids are leaving his porch as Sam
he's
kills
coming.
her. And that's where the kids would have been killing Krieg
At the same time
at the same time that she was getting killed by Sam.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
I don't remember seeing that.
Yeah,
I didn't either.
I
Now I
didn't
have to
either.
look for it next time.
Yeah.
Right,
Huh. That's a new one on me. That's pretty cool though.
right. The gumball rolling down the stairs is a nod to The Changeling of 1980, another horror film shot in Vancouver, and it turned out the cameraman working this sequence also filmed the ball scene in The Changeling. It was one of his first gigs in the business. Michael Dougherty's still figuring out Sam's origins, and says that if they get around to a sequel, he'd love to show him being born in a pumpkin patch. There's a great Charles Addams painting of a pumpkin patch, and you see hundreds of pumpkins, and you see one, and it's carving itself. There you go. Movie reference. Mr. Krieg says, "You've got to be fucking kidding me," when he sees part of the supernatural killer hand operating independently from his body. This is a nod to a similar scene in John Carpenter's The Thing, of which Michael Dougherty is a fan. Editing the film was described as a brutal process in hell. The only sequence that plays straight through is Krieg's demise at the end. I wish we did do a super special edition which allowed you to watch the stories by themselves. If you pause at the exact end of the title montage, you'll see Sam's real face. They filmed in Vancouver, Canada, and it was raining most nights, meaning many of the shots feature large tarps above the frame. The rain would stop for us after sacrificing 8 goats, Dougherty stated.
I noticed it was very wet. It was a very wet
Right.
all the time there.
C. Ernst Harth has a cameo as Laurie's blind date, the giant baby. In 13 Ghosts, he played the ghost called the Great Child, also a giant baby.
Yeah.
You missed love playing a baby.
I guess.
Mhm.
Every single death
He's
in
got
the
a fetish.
Oh yeah.
Every single death in the movie occurs off camera. The deaths are either obstructed by something or the camera cuts away right before a character dies. This is a rare feat for a horror film. The werewolf transformation by the campfire is a nod to The Howling. The werewolf transformations are done practically with CG enhancements. That's what I was talking about.
It
There
must
is
be the
CG.
skin stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but you can't tell, so they did pretty good.
Yeah.
Because Dougherty knows that full CG transformations do not always look the best.
No, they
Good
look
call.
terrible.
Yeah.
Mhm. The segment titled Halloween School Bus Massacre. A group of kids visit a quarry and tell the story of a bus ride gone wrong. As the story begins, a bright yellow school bus drives down a quiet street filled with autumnal colors and bare trees. When the camera pans...
So the thing about that's one thing I didn't like. So this is supposed to be 30 years prior. 30 years prior would have put you into 1980. Hold on a second.
2009 would have been 1979.
1979. So this would have been 19. Okay, so it would have been 1979. No, so it'd be 1977 because it was 30 years prior because it was 2007 when the movie came out. So a couple of the cars that were sitting on the side were like 1950s cars, brand spanking new looking. I was like,
I didn't notice that.
I did. The one was like an old. It looked like an old.
Although they never really say what year the movie's supposed to be taking place. We're going by the release date.
I guess, yeah, but like let's just predict that they never say otherwise. She's on a cell phone. I mean, Anna Paquin gets on her phone and
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe.
I'm just saying there's a lot of movies that do that where they give you like a very vague...
But even then,
I'd
still
say
for
late 90s is one of the,
They give you a very vague timeline on purpose just because they want to jump around.
right, but
And they're going through...
you can't even say 90s.
They're
if she's
going
on
for like a
phone.
certain aesthetic.
If she's got a cell phone, it ain't the 90s.
No, I'm
They
just
had
saying like
flip
they go
phones
for
back
like
in
a
the
certain
late 90s,
aesthetic.
though.
They're going for like a certain aesthetic.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they do weird things with the timeline on purpose.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I thought it was weird to see like an old early 1950s car just sitting on the side of the road there, and it looked brand new.
Oh, I can actually answer that for you if we just kept reading.
Oh,
Because
well,
I forgot about...
fuck that. I like interrupting people.
I forgot about what this one was about.
I wonder who I get it from.
When the camera pans down to make it the focal point of the screen, the bright red Plymouth Fury named Christina is directly on the left.
Okay, so it's a nod. That makes sense.
While it may be Dougherty playing homage to one of his favorite directors, John Carpenter, it's also used symbolically as a bad omen for the children inside of the bus. It was also an homage to It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and originally it took place in a cemetery overgrown with pumpkins. When the girls are buying their costumes, Danielle tells her date to meet them at Sheep's Meadow. This foreshadows their later reveal as werewolves, as it plays off the idiom, a wolf in sheep's clothing. The zombie kids who kill Mr. Krieg at the end of the movie are seen leaving his house satiated on his blood. The candy bar that Sam uses to attack the old man is the same candy bar that he got from the principal earlier in the movie. The principal put razor blades in the chocolate bars that he was handing out. At one point, Danielle tells a friend that her mother always called Laurie the runt of the litter, foreshadowing the reveal. All the werewolves in this film were recreated by the the same studio that brought you the Lycans and the Underworld trilogy.
You can tell.
During the scene when Laurie's sister calls her while she sits alone in the street, in the background at the campfire, a remix of the song Cry Little Sister can be heard playing. That song was part of the soundtrack of the 1980 classic The Lost Boys. 1980s classic. This was possibly used as both a nod to the movie as well as foreshadowing of what was to become of the victims at the bonfire, as The Lost Boys contained a scene in which a group of young men were massacred by vampires at a bonfire similar to the one in this film. Rhonda's house was modeled after the Whites' residence in Carrie. In particular, it was inspired by a scene towards the end of the De Palma classic where the house was lit by a number of candles in the windows. This foreshadows the scene in which Rhonda, much like Carrie, seeks revenge on her tormentors after a prank gone wrong. Earlier drafts of the school bus story featured a double reveal in that not only were the undead kids at the quarry a threat, but the girl they brought along to prank also turned out to be dead. Doherty changed it, as other recent films had already played the surprise they're dead card, including The Sixth Sense and the others. And that's it.
Okay. All right. Well, that's
Wait, who was already dead?
No, he was going to say, originally Rhonda was supposed to be dead.
Oh.
So that was going to be like a double reveal. Like, those kids were dead. Oh, by the way, Rhonda's dead, and now you're all dead because she's going to kill you. They're going to kill you, blah, blah, blah. But he decided to change it because, The Sixth Sense had the, oh, surprise, he's dead. And the others, oh, surprise, they're dead.
I'm glad they didn't stick with that.
Yeah, he changed it because there was a bunch of movies coming out at that time where it's like, oh, surprise, they're dead.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't stick with that because I wouldn't have cared for that too much.
Gotcha.
Anyway, that's Trick or Treat. Let's get in. So that's our second movie for the Halloween month. Next week is Karen's pick. Karen, what are we watching next week?
As I said, I have a really hard time. So this week...
Drum roll, please.
uh,
Eric.
you don't have to do that. Really.
Oh.
What tipped the scales was actually my mom. One of the things that was really special to us was Tales from the Crypt. We watched it every Thursday. And I got to stay up late to watch it.
Is it Bordello of Blood or Demon
No,
Night?
it's Demon Night.
Yes.
Because that's the first one.
I love Demon Night. It's so good.
That was every Thursday she would let me stay up late and watch Tales from the Crypt. So when the movie came out, we were like first in line. And Eric would always run upstairs. He'd beg to stay up, and then my mom would be like, "Yeah, sure, you can stay up and watch it."
That's how my mom was. She used to let me stay up and watch
Ever
fucking Tales from the Crypt.
As soon as the song would to come on and the Crypt Keeper would jump out, Eric was like, "No," run upstairs and go to bed. He's like, "I'm out."
My mom used to let us stay up, and because it usually came out like 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and my mom would let us stay up, and it was always a weekday.
Yeah, it was
but
on
that
Thursday
day, on that day, she would let us stay up late and watch Tales from the Crypt.
Yep.
Don't ask me why. Poor parenting, maybe. I don't know, but
that was me and my mom's thing. That Tales from the Crypt was
my mom let us
our
stay up
show.
and watch it. She didn't know. I was only like 6 or 7 at the time.
Oh yeah, I shouldn't have watched that show.
No, I shouldn't have been watching that shit. But she let me.
It was our thing. It was every Thursday night. Her and I sat down and watched Tales from the Crypt.
She let me and Cody stay up late and watch Tales from the Crypt.
It's my favorite scene. It's my favorite scene.
All you have to do is give me the goddamn key.
So anyway, Demon Night.
Demon Night, right here.
The other one was Feast. That was my third
Feast.
one.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
That's a very gore heavy. It's a very gore heavy.
Yeah, but that one, my mom was what tipped the scales for me. Demon
That's
Night.
a good choice though. Demon Night's a good one. It's
Yeah.
a very good horror Halloween movie. You know?
For sure.
I agree.
Find out where it's playing on.
The only person in that movie that I don't like is Jada Pinkett Smith.
Well, back then she was all right.
She was okay back
She was
then.
actually like one of the
Likeable.
coolest parts of that movie back then, and
Yeah.
then she fucking
Peacock.
fucked it all up.
Stars.
You ever seen it, Madison?
Nope.
You about to?
Oh, you about to?
Yeah,
Okay.
Peacock.
Peacock Stars.
Yeah.
Peacock and Stars.
Yeah.
You heard it right here, people. Peacock and Stars. Watch Demon Knight so you can come enjoy our review of it. I feel like it's going to be another good one.
I feel like I
So
watched that recently.
Dad, you just said Cock,
I haven't seen it
Stars,
in
and-
years. Honestly,
Come on,
I can't remember the
sometimes
last
I'm
time I
pretty
saw it.
sure I just watched this movie like last year.
We bought it. We bought both of them in a box set for Blu-ray or whatever when they came out, and I think that was the last time we watched them.
I think
Or I watched
I know
them.
Crystal's watched it with me because we watched it like last year or something.
It
Because
was
we were
like-
thinking about
they
watching
watch
the
it
entire
Yeah, and I
Tales
can't,
from the Crypt
I
series.
can't. Well, I have all of the series and I have both movies, and I couldn't pick Bordello of Blood anyway. That's like a sequel, sort of. I mean, I guess they're standalone.
Oh, is
but
it?
Yeah, it's the second one.
Huh.
I think what scared me the most was the actual demons in this because they were scary looking.
They
were
were
freaky
scary as
looking,
shit.
Yeah.
They were creepy looking.
Yeah. I agree. So next week we're gonna watch Demon Knight. It's a Tales from the Crypt movie. So join us with that, and don't forget about all of our social stuff that's down here, down there.
Caca.
I don't know. I have my arms out. I'm a birdie.
I'm pretty sure we've established that caca
And Tookie Tookie
Don't
does not work.
Put a little funk on that.
Caca and Tookie Tookie does not work.
You are so beautiful.
To me.
Keep singing, rub some funk on it.
All right, next week, Demon Knight. So join us there, and bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Exiting. Hold on, we're leaving now. Hold on.
Okay, bye.
Stay right there. Stay right there.